Alaska is the northernmost and westernmost state in the United States. Alaska is not part of the contiguous United States, meaning it's separated from what people call the lower 48, which are all the other states that touch together. Alaska is the 49th state, and Hawaii being the 50th non-contiguous state. Alaska was officially proclaimed a state on January 3rd, 1959. Alaska is the coldest state in the United States. Some of the highest and lowest temperatures in Alaska occur around the area near Fairbanks. The summers are warm and have temperatures into the 90s Fahrenheit. While the long and very cold winters, the temperature can fall below -60 degrees Fahrenheit. Alaska has vast resources such as the Trans-Alaskan Pipeline, which transports oil across America. The city of Fairbanks and the greater Fairbanks area is home to a number of attractions and events which draw visitors from outside Alaska throughout the year. Summer tourist traffic primarily consists of cruise ship passengers who purchase package tours which include travel to Fairbanks. Many of these tourists spend one or more nights at a local hotel and visit one or more attractions. Tourism the rest of the year is mostly centered around the winter season, which includes winter sports, ice carving, and the real reason we're here, the Northern Lights. For my buddy Rich, it will be his milestone of visiting all 50 states, so congrats to him. I joined him on his quest, and it took us to the North Pole. No, literally, the North Pole. We took off from our home state of Utah, laid over in Seattle, then up to Fairbanks, boarded yet another yellow plane, a car, a rental car, then off to the North Pole. No, really, that's where we'll be for 5 days. Well, we arrived in Fairbanks, Alaska, and Rich with the shorts on. Look at that. It's 20 degrees here. We were seeing the Aurora as we landed, so that's cool. Whoa. And we're getting in our car in row 2. Everything's ice so far. Walking on ice. Equinox. Is it the 800?
It's a metal detector.
Let's go find the Aurora. Where are you, Aurora? Suspiciously, we felt the presence of Christmas everywhere we turned as we headed to our Airbnb. This is the house. It's kind of an old grandma house, but the upstairs looks pretty good. The only thing we noticed was a very strong smell of kerosene or something like that. Rich is in there. Come down here and show you my room, and as you come down here, it is very strong smell. But now that I'm in this room, I have my little heater going. We've turned off it's a boiler, I think. It's like a radiator. Got like a air unit there, so go to bed. It's like 4 a.m. It turned out that we were just 1 block away from Santa's house. We even visited. Said hello. Hello. Took a look around his place. Pretty shiny in here. He had all of the Animal Kingdom Holy Family represented, and a gigantic Santa sentry standing guard outside.
I know him!
After driving by the official North Pole post office for a peek, we headed to breakfast and emptied our bank accounts. Didn't matter, because it was picturesque and delish brekkie. Then we acquired provisions at Fairbanks' own Costco. It's fair to say it was huge, but we all know the only kind of fair in this world is the county fair and the state fair. Well, we had better get over there then. We're here! So there we were.
We gotta have our sunglasses out here. It's very bright.
We're gonna go see some ice sculptures.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh! I dare you to sit on that. Oh, pull up a seat.
Is it my move?
Yep.
Well,
these guys don't even want to play. Whoa! Slippery here. Ping pong? There's gotta be something more exciting. Oh, yeah.
Get out of here, children. It's our turn. What are these adults doing here?
We'll tell you what, we're going again.
We're going for an all-time record, dual sled tandem.
Somebody call the police.
After revisiting our childhood and checking out some award-winning ice sculptures, we met a guy who has been attending and managing this fair for quite some time. Not only did he help us film our festive frolicking, but he was also a scientist at one time and had some insight on what makes the Aurora Borealis tick.
You have to understand, first of all, the aurora is caused by particles that boil off the surface of the sun, usually during some kind of eruption event on the solar surface. We see that in a telescope. It takes 3 days for those particles to travel 96 million miles to the Earth. When it reaches here, it gets captured in the magnetic field, and it comes down at the poles, those particles, and they hit the gases of the atmosphere. Now, the gases are just atoms with electrons around them, and when a particle hits that atom, it absorbs that energy, and those electrons jump out to the next shell. But it's only temporary. When they collapse back, then that energy is given back off in light. And the color of the light depends on the configuration of the atom. Hydrogen gives off one, sodium, 589 nanometer wavelength there, and oxygen's another one that's kind of a pink to a red. So the colors are the different gases, and different gases require higher amounts of energy. So if you don't have a very strong incoming of particles, you just get green, which is, the nitrogen. And but if you get a really good event, you'll see pinks and blues and nice colors.
Wow.
Now, the trick is if you use a camera, the sensor in your camera can see a lot more color than your eyes can. The cones in your retina aren't sensitive enough to pick up all those colors, but your camera is. So that's why a lot of the pictures you see taken of the aurora are not what those people saw, it's what the camera saw.
It's a bit more magical than our eyes even.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Thanks.
Sure.
After hearing that, we were fired up, ready to see some aurora. We hopped in our single-prop Alaskan Soaring Eagle rental car and headed out.
So we got a few tips from town, from the old camera guy and from Steve. This Cleary place, Overlook, is they're kind of thinking, oh, that's pretty far out, but you're looking for less light pollution. There's a moon out tonight, but we've heard that there is today and tomorrow are the best chances we'll have on this trip, most likely, to see some good old northern lights. Yeah. So that's what we're hoping for. Here we go. Let's do it.
find out.
Well, we just drove up here and saw that sign. So it turns out that sign, we were actually traveling towards a like this bed and breakfast place that's an overlook, which sounds kind of cool. So don't have much signal up here, so we're going back down to the real overlook where we hear lots of people are typically at. Oh, and that's the overlook right there. So there's little windows right on the top of those. I believe it was leading us to this, and it overlooks that valley out there, and our clearing for free is over there, and the sign said, respect us and don't come up here to watch the Aurora Borealis.
Quaint Airbnb there.
Yes, indeed. And now we wait. We're watching some sports while we wait. We're just hoping to find something really good.
We're waiting.
Could that be it? No.
No, it's not it. It's a cloud.
Oh.
It's a Big Dipper.
We keep looking for it. We're waiting.
Come on, Jazz. Come on.
The score's kind of cut off.
Reverse the ball. Move it side to side.
Then, there it was. A faint bit of green started to appear in the sky. And then more, and more.
It turned out really cool.
The shutter would open for a few seconds, then close, and then start again automatically.
It goes all the way up.
It eventually captured 685 images during this event. And here's what I got. With that amazing night of Aurora lights under our belt, we were hyped for more.
Got ourselves some hot chocolate, a little Danish. We're going for round 2 of the old electric boogaloo.
Your door set. Oh, thank you, Jibs.
But first, we decided to look through some shops around town while the daylight was still upon us.
Drop in some of your coins, and I will crush a souvenir penny for you.
You'll have noticed that I'm a penny
Like a souvenir
press.
penny, crush.
Excuse me, we're talking.
Interrupted me. Really offended.
I'm a pressed penny collector, so let's get some Alaska pennies.
Alaska.
Make your selection. Oh, that's a great selection. You're gonna be so happy. That's right. It's the comic. Oh my. Felix is very proud of this one. Hello, I am Felix Pedro.
On my dry hands.
My discoveries of gold sparked the whole 1902 Fairbanks gold rush.
Get some dental work done.
Go ahead, make your selection. Oh, that is a great one. Enjoy.
If you're one who likes to collect coins and press pennies, I have a comprehensive video on penny pressing and collectible coins from Disneyland you've got to watch. Also, if you're liking this video so far, please leave a like and feel free to comment. Thanks. As we made our way to the overlook again, crossing our fingers for some more northern lights, we stopped off to say hello to the Trans-Alaskan Pipeline. Hello! Supposedly it was flowing, but it was pretty much silent. As the sun was setting, our hopes were up, but we knew that the Aurora forecast wasn't as promising as the night before.
Oh, scouting out some stuff. Pretty nice.
And unfortunately, there were no lights to be seen. Another day, another Denali. Denali National Park, to be exact. While in Alaska, we thought, why not? It was only about an hour and a half away. We wanted to get a glimpse of the famous Mount Denali.
Mount McKinley.
Yeah, Mount McKinley. Right.
We came out to Denali,
Mount McKinley.
and it's back there somewhere. It's just not showing itself. But 20,000 plus feet of pure mountain, and we heard it creates its own little weather back there that hides it in a shroud of darkness. Is it here? Maybe it's over there. We're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
It's somewhere there. It's a really tall mountain. We had a good time. Reading this caption shows us this picture and where Mount McKinley or Denali
Mount McKinley
today would be. And I guess it's would be right out there. Can't see it right now. Big old mountain somewhere. Just gonna enjoy a little hike here. We're having a good time. Feeling the cold. We don't. No paparazzi! Get away! Look at this snowman.
We came, we saw, kinda. We conquered, kinda. We had a good time. Now let's head back up north, way into the woods to a natural hot spring.
Oh, look at that plane!
Oh yeah.
They couldn't fly out of here.
Landed, but the strip was too short to take off.
We're at Chena Hot Springs. They were discovered in 1905 by gold mining brothers Robert and Thomas Swan. They're open year-round, as you can tell, and are very popular.
Thank you. Is this going to be hot or what?
The Bureau of Chemistry determined that these springs had a special combination of waters very similar to famous hot springs of Bohemia. Yeah, so basically we're immortal now. Oh, I misread that. Imbeciles? Well, we felt immortal. No, but really it was a lovely time, and hey, as we were basking in the hearth of hearts, what before our very eyes emerged but more Aurora heavenly lights. Awesome! We honestly were hoping, but didn't fully suspect there would be more for us to enjoy. So, once we got our fill observing from the springs, we jumped out to the parking lot, and they were still putting on an amazing show. As amazing as the iPhone 12 Pro could be, it's still hard to capture just how magical the Aurora is, straight above our heads. With my camera still clicking away, 304 images later, and wow. Booked this trip months prior to going, and we were still lucky enough to see 2 high-level emissions events for the Aurora Borealis was something of a blessing, seeing how the days that preceded and followed the ones which we were there showed very low readings for the Aurora activity. All in all, the trip really did turn out to be a stars alignment. Our final day consisted of Aurora-unrelated things, such as spotting a herd of moose. It was only 2 of them, but still technically a herd, so that was cool. Another box checked. Bowling, but not enough footage to even talk about it. But on the subject of footage, I have enough footage to make an entire feature-length motion picture cinematic masterpiece dedicated to just staring at the amazing and pristine old-timey cars they have at the Fountainhead Antique Auto Museum. It's one of the top attractions in Fairbanks. You got old cars, older cars, what the people wore driving those cars. You got little race cars. This thing. What is that thing? You got Alaska's first snowmobile. You got no sun because the hat blocked it. And maybe no sun at all. Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to bring up the past. Are your hands okay? You got blue cars. And these guys. Hey, get off of there. Oh, it's allowed. Rush hour. Levers. Sasquatch. Sasquatch? Pristine and clean. Hubcap emblem things. Have I named off enough things you can just see? The place is amazing. I highly recommend it if you're in the area. I'm not a huge car guy, but I think the craftsmanship that went into these and the preservation is something I have never seen before. So much history in one place, it's truly a marvel. Just behind the museum is a little nature walk that was nice. We found a squirrel friend. And just hanging out in town, watching the sun get lower in the sky was nice. Our plane ride was coming up soon, and just know that Alaska, that last frontier as they call it, is something to behold and a change of pace from most places in many good ways. That was my friend Rich and I's impromptu Alaskan trip. We loved it there. If you were entertained with this video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. Subscribing is free and easy and gives me some added purpose to making these videos, so thanks for doing so. We'll see you in the next one. Also, something I haven't said in a while in my videos is, be excellent to each other, and ta-ta for now.